When I see a prostitute on the road, for me, my eyes are seeing both. You see, if you want to start selling, you have to put like a stall and then put the products, and then you are the one who's selling, right? But then when you see a prostitute along the road, you are looking at the stall. Yeah. She's the stall, she's the product, and she's the person selling it. This is what my mind sees when I look at prostitutes. I think I need to write another book and from this angle of it, because the previous book was based on the fact that it was based on the selling part. Like, for example, if I want to get into the cup business, the idea of the prostitution, which inspired me to write the book, was that in this business, I have to be the entrepreneur. I have to have the product. But to have the product, I have to spend money. So after I sell it, I lose the product, I gain the money. But in order to sell again, I have to keep doing it. So we exchange. I get the money, you get the product all the time. And for me to sell more of this, I have to spend more money. But with prostitution was, before the transaction, the prostitute has herself or himself, and the client, you have the money, right? But after the transaction, the prostitute still has herself and the money, but you are left with something that is incredibly unexplainable, that wants you to still come and get it. So they're selling things you are getting, but you're not really getting. It's like speaking. That's why I like it, because talent, for example, if I'm a speaker and I speak, my talent is in speaking. You pay me to come and speak to you. Pay me 40,000, 100,000. I gave you the words and the thoughts and ideas, but you didn't take them. And they didn't take from me. I can still sell it to another person. It's like a book. I can sell you a copy of a book, and then once you leave, or even when you're still here, I can sell it to another person, which is what prostitution is about. But now, when I thought about this idea of because we were driving through G West and I saw prostitutes, and my mind said, what do you see? And I was like, I see a prostitute. And then my mind said, no, look closer. Because my mind likes playing this thing with me. It's like, what would you do if you wanted to sell along the streets? And I said, okay, I'm going to set up a store. Then my mind said, and then I was like, put up the product. And I'm like, I'll be there to sell it. And then my mind asked me, do you now see what the prostitutes are doing? They are the stall themselves, like well-decorated stores, just there. And they are the product. Yeah, and yet they're the same person selling at the same time. That's if you don't have a pimp. But like there was one guy, if you notice, most of you drive through G West, after you turn where the people buy, there's a sort of like a bridge here. There's one lady who always stands there, but if you look close, 5 meters away from where she is, the other side of the bridge, there's always some guy standing, watching her, like without fail. If we drove down now and going there, we were gonna find that. And I've always wondered about, who's that guy? Yeah, so that's the idea I have of the prostitute. So this is why I say you have to think like an entrepreneur and act like a prostitute, because there's so much that I keep getting. Every day I think about it. So I think I need to write a book about being the stall, being the product, and being the salesperson, all in one. Incredible stuff. I don't know if you feel what I'm feeling. Those are the kind of businesses I want to run. You know. Exactly.
You actually benefit more than the person gets it.
Exactly. And yet they don't feel robbed.
Which is why, and the good thing is that they always need you, and they always buy from you.
100%, because why? You satisfy them. They will need you, they will always recommend you, they will always buy from you. But what you gave them, they got it, but they didn't get it.
That's why if you look globally, people are chasing talents and exploring their talents are wealthier and more connected.
Exactly.
And someone who's chasing a job.
100%. Somebody who's chasing a job, or somebody who's running a business that is selling products. They are selling external things that are external from them. They're less satisfied, and they're even more frustrated doing that than the people who are selling themselves, their talent, You know, the thing with prostitution is that those people are doing an incredible thing, except that they're selling a part of them that is morally somehow, this is why it vexes some people. And all of that is too dangerous in some respects and all of that. But at the end of the day, what's actually happening is, if you were to look at selling yourself as literally selling yourself, there's a lot of parts, body parts you got. They chose to sell a certain body part, and that's why people hate it. But if you were to start choosing selling your mind, that's still selling yourself. If you start choosing to sell your mouth, what you say, or your hands, what you do, or your feet, how you kick the ball or run, that or whatever, people, it depends. We are all prostitutes, for lack of a better words. We just need to choose what are we selling.
Because I remember one time I was listening to a motivational video.
Yeah.
And there was a part where Stephen was addressing some college kids. And he was saying that you don't really need education. You trying to do an emphasis here, the conflict between education and talent. Already you are packaged by God with that talent, and it's supposed to be the one that fits your skill. But the moment you start doing education, somehow that affects you.
Exactly. And any channels you into, like what education does for a lot of people is it frames their mind around what they should think success should be. Like if it doesn't come from this, it's not success. Now, if you fail within this bracket of what education have said you're gonna do, you are now a failure, because you're like, I was channeled through engineering, now I failed engineering, and now what's gonna happen? If I can't get anything around engineering, my life is done. But it's not true.
We can elaborate in that career, there is much fulfillment. No matter what you do,
Exactly.
then the person would somehow drift off to who they really are.
Along the way, people do that. That's why they reinvent their careers, they reinvent themselves, they do all of this, because purpose is very powerful. This is what God told me specifically. He said, many people who are afraid of technology taking over the jobs is that they have forgotten to really see the kind of jobs that machines can do. Machine learning it's a step-by-step thing, meaning you have to code that action and that decision making. It's a skill, and what they are doing to a machine in this scenario is exactly what school is doing to you. You are being told this is how you're going to do this and that and that. Now, if you notice this, that onboarding information on you, and now you have a job, you are a qualified engineer, meaning you have now mastered the set of protocols for engineering. You are the human machine. So machines can only replace people who were taught the way they are being taught, because now they are going to do the same job without an error, human error, which is the selling proposition of machines. But this is what God said. God said, now, machines cannot do what I have put in people in terms of their gifting, their talent, and all of that. He said, do not worry about machines taking. They are supposed to take over, because they are taking over what the world has given to you, so that you can focus on what I built you to do. We're supposed to celebrate, because now what? They can do accounting, and we can get to focus on our purpose. They will do these farm things and all of this, so that we can focus on the talent, on the gift, and the purpose. Exactly. And we're benefiting. Imagine a delivery which doesn't have an error. Yeah, imagine cooking that doesn't have an error. Imagine driving that doesn't have an error. It's good. Exactly. If a machine says this is gonna be here 15 minutes, it's gonna be here 15 minutes. That's a benefit to watch machine learning and the future of things, the world of things, Internet of Things, all of this. But this is why people are scared, because they are scared of they're gonna do what we do.
I think for one thing, if you look at how a child is brought up, because the programming starts from there.
Yeah.
And most of what they get from around those 7 or 8 years is from their parents. Where they go from their parents.
From their parents and their parents, their parents' parents, and until
what you said earlier about failing here, what I will fail. Now that
Exactly.
step out of this because this is what is comfortable.
Exactly.
This is what I know, and this is what I think my world is.
100%. If you ask anybody now, what's their likelihood of changing their career? The fear goes to the very top because they're like, man, you mean? And this is the thing which I look at, because look, Babangwe, they have to stop their career because it's a skill. You see, the difference between a gift and a skill is that the set of protocols are the same. But skill, it's externally imposed on you. You lend somebody's gift, but the gift, it's something that is internally imprinted in you by God.
You just have to develop it here and there.
You develop it and there. No, you're not necessarily developing it. You are developing yourself to manage the gift that's within you. It's already full in you. God has put it as perfect, and that's how it runs. So,
We understand that we manage our package.
I think our assignment on our gifts, it's mostly managing. Managing meaning how we view the value of what we've got, and how do we take it to the right people, which is also part of what you said, which is packaging. Our part is to manage and package our gift, God's gift. We don't have to build it. We don't have to develop it. It's funny how. Exactly. So if you are wondering what's the future, what it holds for us as human beings is for us to go back to our first assignment, the basics. What you were born to do, it's exactly what you have to do, because the machine is not gonna sing like you. The machine is not gonna smile like you.
I like how even if you can take 10 seniors and put it in a room,
Yeah.
everyone is going to be different.
Exactly.
And every one of them is going to have a tag.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, they're all going to be successful.
This is why they call machines like human sounding may sing. Even if a machine was to sing, it is singing through a voice that was recorded into it. So say if they want this, this is how you say it. If they say this, they take a voice, like right now I think it's in Australia or is it Australia or Austria or something? There's a country that says people should donate their identity, not donate, they are buying people's identity. Because a machine can never function without us. We are the ones who create the machine, we are the ones who tell the machine what to do and set up protocols. Some of us are good, other people are evil, so they create machines for evil purposes. But at the end of the day, you should not be worried about a machine taking over your job. It can take you off your job, your skill, but it will never take your purpose, never take care of. And the Bible says the gift of a man shall make room for him and present him before great men. He said that seest thou a man who is diligent in his ways. Man, and look, this is why I love what I do, because it's a gift, it's a talent. I'm given this, I'm gonna do it. There's no machine that can, even if a machine can come and sit here, it will say what I told it to say. But even you listening to it, you will know this is not GJK. It sounds like GJK, but it's not GJK, because me and you, we connected on by heart to heart, human flesh. We have got the spirit, we connect, because when we speak like this, what inspires people is not the words that we are saying. It is the spirit behind the words that we are saying. A machine can say the words without the spirit. You will hear it, it will not change your life. It's very simple. So that's why I'm very relaxed. Now I'm never scared about, I wrote this on the Marimavu book. It's coming out. I've been saying this for a long time. But it's got to come out next year, February, yeah.
I think for people who got, and I know my head, and I've always known my head. So I've been trying to fight it for the longest time. And then I realized, no, I can't win this fight.
Exactly.
Because it's coded in me.
You settled. God has decided who you are. Exactly. If you run away from yourself, wherever you are arriving, you'll find yourself there. Yeah.
And somehow like we reached a point where I saw the project that I want to help me to overcome fear.
Yeah, so that you can face yourself.
It's nothing like I'm afraid of trying this because I might fail my thing.
Exactly.
Enjoy the process. So that moment I wanted, the demon said for the 85% of people would rather die than fail.
Exactly.
When he said it, I don't think
They didn't get it.
Because that 85% is the one that just operates with the status quo. What problem?
They accept what's given to them.
Yeah, they're just human machines. And then the 10% they think that they're thinking.
Mostly their thinking is recalling and processing little low data, not like futuristically correcting concept and envisioning and seeing themselves. Yeah.
People now are actually able to look deeper into who they really are. That's why they have these great inventions. Because they have connected with their real self.
100%.
Now that they're exploring exactly, and if you are doing that, exploring exactly who you are and what God is putting you, you find that it is
Because it's wired. It is told. If Mike appears and he says, "This is what I do," man.
I'm going to find the person who was supposed to be there at that time to take me where I need to go.
Exactly.
Without even needing to, it got me to a point where I don't appreciate time in the sense of what every second counts. There is a reason why I'm going to be every second.
Exactly. There's a reason why my guys are sick, and you are the one holding the camera. You get what I'm saying? There's no I think, what's the word? There's no coincidence in life. It's divine orchestrations.
The exact time we're going to appreciate the time.
Yeah, the time. You see, I'm talking and we're talking. Somebody else is like, come on. God is like, there's an accident here. It has to happen first, and then we can pass. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then I late to leave about 5 minutes. So along the way, I ran into cattle crossing the road. So what came out of the other guy was carrying a bright green book. So then I saw, it's like.
And if you are alone, you would have not seen it.
And then from there, normally it didn't pass. What actually happened was, it was right on my way. I had to go out of the way. So then I thought to myself, okay, had I left just this area, like for 5 seconds, it means I would have
That guy would not have given you just like, phew. Because I keep telling my team, like, little decisions change lives. That's just to say, like, 10 a.m. Let me drive this way, do this. Like, every turn you take, every decision you make, you are choosing destiny. There's a turn you can take, and along that destiny, the version of you along that turn is a crippled you. Sometimes it's even a dead you, because you could find a thief that could kill you. A turn, when your mind tells you turn like this, don't go this way. Turn like that, because that is not just a road, it's an avenue of destiny. You can find your life in a completely, totally different scenario altogether. Right now, we've got people who've got all sorts of traumas because of what has happened to them. But if you ask them, they'll always go back to saying, I think something told me to do this and not do that. Because that something is not just something. It is telling you turn this way, because it's not actually asking you to choose a route. It's saying choose destiny. It's your life. If that something tells you do not marry this person, do not marry this person. If something tells you change this job.
And unfortunately, many people didn't get to really because they died.
Exactly. And some people never lived long enough. They didn't live long enough to know why they shouldn't have taken that turn. And they turned, and that was it. Right now they're wondering, how did I end up here next to Moses? And it's narrow. So let them listen to how people died. I like stories like that. I like that. They always find me somehow. And you hear the stories, which is 10 steps. And then you and then boom, the guy is dead.
That's how it's always happening.
Yeah, like there was.
Conscious to themselves, to what is going to see to them.
Yeah.
So they then make human decisions based around the mind. Okay,
Isn't that 10 steps is a long, long road.
If you come to me and say, I would first listen to myself.
Why?
If I'm supposed to go again, I'll just let peace and live with it. But if I'm not supposed to go,
You will feel it.
I'll feel it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I've seen people decide to go and then never
They never returned. Exactly. Then they call it something. You'll be telling Moses, something told me not to go this way. I didn't know this road led here. Anyway, that's our random conversation for tonight. Now, Mike, Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully these random thoughts, they mean something to you, especially what I said about prostitutes. It's impeccable. You can be the stall, the product, and the seller at the same time. After you sell whatever you sell, you still have it. Like it's there. Somebody bought it, they got it, but it's still there. You can sell it and sell it and sell it and sell it. Your transaction frequency unlimited, super abundant, efficiency 320, exceedingly abundantly above. You can still replicate it. I can say it, you pay me, say, you pay me. Super abundant. God is incredible. See, your talent is just that. So I just hope the conversation touched you like that. Until next time, it's Asante Sana from us.